The world is now experiencing a lethal situation due to COVID-19. People all over the world have been paying price for the vicious deeds of Wuhan virology lab scientists. Many people still don't know the story behind the origin of this virus. The first wave and the second wave of COVID-19 took away the lives of many innocent people. As a result, many families have been adversely affected. This virus showed its impact on the world in many ways. According to the scientists and intellectuals, more waves are inevitable in India. We can imagine the gruesome situation in India after the arrival of the third wave. COVID-19 is both a pandemic and a lesson to the countries in the world. Countries lacking in the basic infrastructure were severely affected. Though some developed countries were badly hit by COVID-19, it was due to their negligence. But most of the countries lacking in the basic infrastructure became the recipients of coronavirus, and unfortunately our country is one of them. For a country like India, it is important to take this crisis as a lesson. We need to make necessary changes in various fields and our habits. We have to adapt those changes after the vanishing of the pandemic. The government should list out the drawbacks in the infrastructure because of which we failed to stop the spread of the pandemic. The government should make advanced changes in the fields of health and medicine, education, food production, and so on. These changes should be made in view of the destruction made by COVID-19 such that we can successfully defeat the pandemics if there are any to hit in the future. Firstly, in our country, the field of health and medicine should be developed a lot. According to great economists, India is spending less on healthcare and medicine. Only about 2.5% of our GDP is being spent on it. This must be preferably increased in order to meet the needs of all the people in the country. The specialist doctors from India were settled in abroad because of the amenities provided in those countries. So it is our responsibility to provide those privileges in our country itself so that they come back to India. Hence there will automatically be a development in healthcare and medicine. People dying due to the lack of oxygen is the most sorrowful situation in the present days. People all over the country are experiencing this situation. Even celebrities were not able to get oxygen in emergency situations. By this we can understand that there is a lot of scarcity of oxygen concentrators in the country. The government should also focus on the establishment of oxygen plants in every state. The number of hospitals and the advanced equipment should be increased. All the suggested changes and establishments cannot be done all of a sudden. So the government should plan of doing these works in a span of time, such as a 5-year plan. This ultimately results in the development and also in serving the needy. The education system should also undergo some changes in the coming days. The online mode of teaching and learning must be habituated by both the teachers and students. The online mode of examinations is another great idea because the postponement or cancellation of exams is not possible all the time and it is not a suggestible idea. So the adaptation of online mode of education and exams will be a great initiative. The virtual meetings and interviews are also suggestible. All the remote areas in the country should be provided with proper electricity and internet services so that no student faces problem due to the online mode of education. Food production and distribution should be keenly observed by the government. The needs of food distribution in the emergency situations should be estimated by the higher officials in the government and should be distributed to the needy. There are certain changes that are to be made in the lifestyle of every individual. A proper diet with a perfect menu is necessary. There are some changes that are to be made in our food habits. Foods that infuse and increase immunity power in the body should be consumed. These foods include dry fruits, vegetables, leafy vegetables, fruits, and so on. It is mandatory to abstain from junk foods. These food habits must be strictly followed by all of us. We are all having a great opportunity to produce our own foods in our home premises, which is organic. This prevents the scarcity of foods during critical conditions and also lets us fit to encounter the pandemics comes anew. Get ready to hit the threat. A national policy should be made related to medicine, education, health, employment, disaster management, food production and distribution, sanitation in the public places and public vehicles. The government should focus on creating awareness among the people about the sanitation and discipline in the public places. This helps us in keeping the country disease-free. All the rules and regulations must be strictly implemented thereafter. All these changes bring tremendous results in the country. All of us must wish for the vanishing of the present pandemic and no such evils hit the world again. But if any more arrives, India must be in a position to fight. This must be our motto. The above suggested plans should be implemented by the government, and it is the responsibility of the citizens to cooperate with the government so that we can ensure health and happiness in our lives all the time.